Hello, everyone. My name is Keely Denenberg. I'm Senior VP of Client Solutions here at Orange Grove Consulting. I am joined by Daphney Valcinor, Senior Consultant and Facilitator here at Orange Grove Consulting. So lately, we have heard kind of in the ether where there's been some DEI, I'll call it fatigue, where people express, kind of a feeling of DEI was a fad. So tired of talking about it. Now that it's not in the news as much, let's move on. And in general, when it comes to Orange Grove's philosophy, it's really that DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and the concepts around it really just equal good management. And so, Daphney, in the conversations we've had in the past, you have really framed out quite well what that means from kind of two categories. So I would love to hear you talk about that.
Yeah. I agree with you, and I think I can agree with the sentiment that one-off D&I initiatives, they do not effectively address any longstanding disparities or issues. And so people do get tired when we're thinking about D&I only from a lens of racial issues, or only thinking about D&I in a way where it sounds punitive. And so the kind of way I think diversity, equity, and inclusion can be championed or can be included in the work that we do, which it should be included in the work that we do, because we're talking about talents, we're talking about different people that works with us, is really thinking about their experience and representation, right? All that we're looking at is, are people represented in your organization? Who is at the table? Who's getting benefits? Who are we serving? What does your population look like? And are they equally looking, not symmetrical, but is there a representation where not all non-white folks are in white collar jobs? And so we're thinking about that, or mobility, or how people are being receiving promotions. How does that look like? Who are the folks that you're serving? Who are your customers? How do they look like? And are you serving their needs? Then that's one. So it's the representation, it's the who. Then it's the experience. We talk about employee satisfaction, engagement. Everybody knows if you have employees who are actively disengaged, that is bad for business. And so for an experience perspective, if you're having different talents, different folks, they will have different needs. And so how are we thinking about their day-to-day experience with their managers, with their colleagues? Do they feel safe to communicate opinions? I know for me, I love working at Orange Grove because, one, I can share my opinion. Two, I can talk about different ideas and talk about, like, hey, how do we promote training so that it can fit differently? And all that I'm talking about is employees want to make sure that they have an impact. They can engage the work. They can challenge the status quo. If I can't say, the way that we do business doesn't work for this group, and I'm getting shut down every time, I just learned that I can't do that. And then third, my experience is really, do I feel valued? As a woman of color, I can say that other women of color in other organizations, they don't feel valued, they don't feel respected, they don't feel that they're getting what they deserve. And so to all employees who are within an organization, do they feel valued? Do they feel respected? Are their talents recognized? And so this is the whole pieces that we're talking about: experience and representation.
Yeah, and that's if you do have good management, you are leveraging all of your talent, not just certain demographic groups of your talent. And I think that's really what we're working with our clients to help them do. So I love the way you frame that out. Thank you. I have a follow-up question, but I'm going to ask that in the next micro conversation. So check back to our YouTube channel to hear that question and Daphney's, what I know will be very informative answer. Thanks, everyone.